welcome on our speech. We will be talking about the evolution of the idea of smart branches ecosystem at CITI. My name is Małgorzata Wyczanska.
I'm Paweł Stezycki. We work at Bank Handlowy, which is a part of CITI Group. And to start with, well, short, simple definition of banking. Actually, that you'll find more on Wikipedia, but there's one pretty important information there. Well, we've been around for some time. I mean, we've seen here Wirtualna Polska, we've seen here SkyCash and companies which are quite fresh, and their users are also, well, they haven't been using it for a long time. But when it comes to banking and my company, it's older than all of that you see, and it's older than all the cars that ever created, and then most of the soft drinks you add to your drinks on Friday evenings, and then light bulbs, and actually we're 1 year older than United Germany. So we've been around for some time, and you may wonder, why am I telling you that? Well, it does impact how we work. It does impact the law that have been created over the decades, the processes, and also our customers. Their experience is an evolution that took place over years and years. So it impacts how we work. Okay, and that's something you would find, you're probably quite used to branches like that. They've been around for some time. It's a mixture of tradition and some technology. You see ATMs and stuff like that. There are computers inside. And that's basically the bank branch that you've been seeing for last couple of decades. And inside, well, there's a bit of old school solutions. I mean, open hours, they're like office hours, 9 till 5, papers, signatures, stamps. The processes have not been changed for some time now. And we want to look into these processes today and show you an example of one process that have been redefined in last couple of months here in Poland.
Okay, so this will be a process, a selling credit cards process. Well, it's used to be easy since very recently. The bank representative used to talk to the client, convince him, say some arguments about the benefits of this product. Then they both filled in the paper application form. The application form was then sent or transferred to the bank. After a couple of weeks, after the bank made its decision, the card was delivered to the customer or waited for him at the branch, where it's not that easy anymore. And to show you how uneasy it is, we invited 3 people to our speech. They represent more or less our customers.
So if you think about this decision process that takes place whenever a person tries to get a credit card. So first, let's say I'm a Steve. Bank agent calls me and tells me about this credit card offer. I look for some more information. I talk to my bank agent. Perhaps I check out some flyers. And then after some consideration during my visit at the bank branch, I might decide that I'm getting this card and I fill in the form with my bank agent.
Okay, I'm Marie, I'm an office employee, and I represent completely different model of making decisions. I was tempted by an online advert. I saw some brands like H&M or Zara, and it tempted me. I went to the bank's website. I looked what are the partners in the partnership program. I read some opinions on the forums about the brand, and then I made a decision without any comparison or deeper research. I filled in the application form online, and I'm now waiting for my card to be delivered to my door.
And I'm Erika this time. It's a mixture of different touch points in this case. I need a credit card because I'm going for holidays to States and I'm going to rent a car. I talk to my parents, I check some info online, and then perhaps talking again to someone at the bank, I'll be happy to fill in a bank form and apply for a credit card. So it's a mixed process.
Okay, as you see, we put all this different decision process on one map. And the decision process is quite complicated, especially when we divide it into online and offline touch points. And it also might end up very differently. We can call the call center, our CITI phone, we can go to the branch, we can apply online, we can resign. Well, the process is very complex and completely different for every profile of the customer.
And the question that we face is how to create this branch experience in this mixed environment, in digital environment, when you have different touch points and habits that are changing. Well, there are some assumptions that are common, and these are the assumptions that we initially believed in. Self-service is future. The lifestyle model has changed, and most of our customers work till 5 and will not visit branches before they finish working. And people are not that used to paper anymore. So how this impacts the concepts, the ideas of future banking that we might come across around the world. This one is from Turkey, self-service box branch. This one is from the States. It's like advanced ATM, banking teller machine with ATM functions plus video conference and stuff like that. And here's one example from Poland, self-service get-in bank branch. Actually, it did need 2 employees to operate, but it was the most advanced self-service branch we've seen here in Poland. And then CITI came with their concept, and let's look into it. Let's
explore the concept. First of all, the concept was developed in Korea and Japan, but its Polish version is completely different. It's the adaptation of the original idea. So before entering the branch, we see a huge media wall. It's supposed to attract customers' attention. There are some ads, some short videos shown here to present our products. As you see, as you see, there is no door, no opening hours sign. So attracted by the media wall, we enter inside. And here's the interior of the branch at Galeria Mokotów. I guess it's quite tiny, but it shows well all the zones that we meet in this branch. So here we have this selling zone. Here are the tools to make a presentation of the offer. Here we have the self-service area. We have so-called workbenches for people to fill in the documents, to make transfers in the online banking transfer. Here we have the ATM. Here the bench and the coffee machine for those who wait to be served in these 2 rooms. These are called private banking rooms. And this is the only place when there are regular desks, bank clerks, and cash service. Okay, and let's come back to the credit card process. The idea was that the customer would be attracted by the media wall outside of the branch. Then the customer would come to the sales wall, would see the presentation about the product, and then fill in the documents on the workbench, accompanied by the bank employee, or do it on their own. Here about something more about the sales wall. These are huge touch screens with interactive applications inside that show the benefits, the comparison between, for example, different credit cards, and the same materials are available also on the iPads in the branch. The workbench, the self-service area, as I said, one of their features is electronic applications forms for the products. Okay, so it's been a while since the first smart branch was opened in Katowice, and the year of our experience and our research showed that, well, the reality is not exactly as we planned it. First of all, the general satisfaction of the customers is really high, and they appreciate this new banking experience. This Polish version of smart branches won the Global Innovation Prize at CITI for 2014. However, well, as I said, the reality might be sometimes different from our expectations. You do remember I showed you the customer journey as we designed it. Well, this is actually how the customer journeys look. Each and every customer has his own journey through the bank, and there is no universal one, so many surprises.
So we changed the initial assumption. Actually, we added some more stuff to that. Self-service, it is a future, but not really when it comes to relations. It's more about human experience, face-to-face experience. Paper may seem not necessary, but then it's very handy, very useful, especially considering the law that we work in, the law environment. Well, technology, it is cool in itself, but only when it comes together with human interactions. So this is something we need to look for. And lastly, well, there is the importance of consistency of that experience we create in environment, in web pages, branches, the mobile, and all the touch points we create. So actually, what works best is situations where we have smart branch and bank employees who are, well, the branch is perceived as experience with staff, although you have all this technology, but it is the staff who creates most experience. Sometimes we have different people. I mean, we have people who will prefer some privacy when making even simple, small transactions. And what works best, obviously, is a situation where staff guides customers through that unique experience with all the new technology, with different type of bank branch that people are used to. As we said, we have different types of customers, and we need to be aware that some of them will be happy with self-service devices. For instance, Mary may come to a branch and do everything on her own. And then we have people who are more accustomed to personal face-to-face interaction. We need to remember that. That's also a funny picture, I mean, and a funny example of some things we weren't aware of at the beginning. For those of you at the back, here is a printer that was, initially it wasn't there. Initially it was just a flat, simplistic table, but then it came out that the printer on hand is extremely convenient way of speeding up the processes. Another example, you see some candy here. Everyone loves candy. I mean, it does work well, and it's not only candy, but all physical objects that we put in the branch. Or for instance, we put out scooters. We have a promotion with scooters, and we put them out in front of the branch. And these physical objects work better than best electronic digital signage devices because they, I don't know, I guess they bring out some good emotions or some associations, and people are more curious about these objects than best electronic devices. And challenges.
Okay. So actually we are at the stage when we'll be slightly redesigning our smart branches, starting especially from the software. And we came across some challenges that we want to share with you. First of all, actually how to measure the efficiency of different elements of the smart branch ecosystem. As Paweł said, it turned out that, for example, the scooters or the suitcases or whatever tangible it was worked much better than the media wall to attract customers' attention. But how to measure it, we don't have a ready answer for that. How to evaluate the customer experience as a whole, having so many crossing online, offline touch points. Even the smart branch ecosystem is so complex that measuring it as a whole becomes a challenge. The challenge for us as a UX team is how to create a software that will be really flexible. On one hand, it should support those customers who are self-service oriented, who want to do everything on their own, but on the other hand, the same software should support the bank employees, their creativity, their sales pitch, etc. And finally, well, the big question mark after what we showed you about designing customer journeys, is it really a point in designing them, in standardizing them, because it turned out that actually is, well, completely unpredictable, and maybe we just need to leave it to the employees and they will be the guides through this whole ecosystem. So.
Okay, and that's it. If you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer. Thank you.